I know it's controversial, but Book Talk won't stop raving about. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a what I want to read for 2025. I'm going to start off talking about the book I read last night, or finished last night. Oh my god. And then I'm going to talk about books that aren't so high on my like priority TBR list, and then books I should have read like yesterday. This book by Anna Wong, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing things, but this, you know, if you're a Book Talk girly, you know about this book. This, I think, is my favorite book. Wow, I read like 155 pages last night. I couldn't get enough. I couldn't put the book down. I was just like chapter after chapter. There were like 2 plot twists that I was like, I kind of thought of, but then I was like, maybe that won't happen, and then it did. But wow, Alex Volkov awakened something in me, I think. I need to read the rest of the series and the rest of her books ASAP. That is probably my top priority as of now, is to finish the series. Oh, I could have finished this probably in 2 days, but I decided to take my time and I had to finish some YouTubers' vlogmases. But wow, it had such bad ratings on Goodreads, and you know what? I don't care what those people had to say. Maybe I do I have bad taste in books? I don't care. I don't know. But this, wow. Okay, starting off with a couple books that aren't so high on my priority list, mainly because it's not really the season, is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I read, of course, the first 3. I don't remember reading them though. I vaguely remember reading the Quidditch scenes because they were so long. I had like skimmed through them. I know I haven't read them yet, and I know I am extremely late to the party. But look how thick. I love Harry Potter though, but they're winter books. You can't catch me reading that in the summertime. Okay, the next book is Little Women. Can we appreciate how gorgeous it looks though? And she's gold. I got this at Barnes & Noble a year or 2 ago, and I thought Little Women was this long, but it's actually the Little Women and Little Men. I saw the movie, the older one. It was cozy, it was cute. I need to watch the newer one with Timothée Chalamet. Is it Emma Watson? But it's just beautiful. I want to collect a bunch of like classic books that look like this. I almost got Frankenstein. I don't know if they had it or not, but Little Women, it's so pretty. Like, I love the noise. Hello. The next book I talked about in my last book video. This is the book I still need to read. The last book, I think, from the Twilight saga. This one is basically Twilight, but the roles reverse, like Bella being a guy and Edward being a girl. That should be interesting, because Bella's name is now Bo and Edward's name is now Edith, and I guess the rest of the characters are the same. The next 2 books is Winter Girls. Carmen lent me this years ago, years and years ago, and I think it's about eating disorders, and she's gonna kill me because I haven't read it yet, and she really likes this book. Winter Girls by Laurie Halse Anderson. That's the next book. This book, Gone Girl, I've seen the movie. Michelle showed it to me. Really liked it because it was very dark. I wonder how the book will be. The next book is Drew Starkey's favorite book, and we all know how much I love Drew Starkey. It is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. I remember watching an interview and he was talking about this book and he had the same one. I'm kind of scared that my little brain isn't going to comprehend a classic, because it usually doesn't. And I've heard this is a really good book, and it's based in Northern California where I live. So I hope... Oh, I really have to read. Okay, this book I read in school. I don't remember finishing it. I don't remember truly understanding it because I was in like elementary, middle school. I've had this for a while. I don't know if this is the exact one I had from school, but you know when you read books that are like class assigned, you're like, you don't really care about it. But I've heard so many good things. They talked about it in the movie Beautiful Creatures. I love that movie. I still need to read that book series too. I'm way behind. This is another one. Lastly on my not so high list of books to read is The Shining. I'm very behind. I keep telling myself I don't want to watch the movie yet until I start reading it. I tried reading it when I first got this, I think 2019, because Michelle and I went to Sausalito near San Francisco and they had a little library, an actual library, a bookstore, and I bought this. Because, you know, everyone talks about it. I've always wanted to go to the hotel. Look, I literally folded the page that I left off on. I didn't make it far. I made it to page 33. I have my What If year. I got this by the little library by my house. I was like, maybe this is my What If year. This is by, oh, it's a memoir by Alicia Fernandez Miranda. I feel like it's one of those I feel like it's one of those books where there's like many different scenarios that goes on in her life. I don't know. It seems like a quick read. It's only 200 something pages. It seems interesting. And this is the year I want to change my life, try different things. Next is this beautiful book, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Look how, wow. I got this when my parents, Michelle and I, went to Mendocino. I was like, let me get a classic book. I guess that's my thing. Wherever I go, get a nice little book. It's the Gallery Bookshop in Mendocino. Very nice people. They also have a bookstore cat called The Great Gatsby. Very cute. I am very behind. Everyone talks about this, all the romantics, and I want to know what the hype is about. There's a movie, haven't seen it, want to read the book first. I was supposed to read last summer because I was in the summer ween vibe. It's called The Counselors by Jessica Goodman. I think I got this off Thrift Books with my like free book points. Obviously about camp counselors and thrillers and all of that jazz. I should have read this when I was in high school. This is Michelle's book, Hush Hush. I know there's a whole series. I feel like this is like the start to all the book talk stuff, I think. Fallen Angel, Forbidden Love, you know, all of that good stuff by, it's by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is gonna be very like young adult type of book. But I feel like it's one of those books you should have read when you were a teenager. The next book, The Silent Patient. I think I got this in a little library. I actually don't remember, and that's kind of scary. But this book, Carlene, my lovely friend Carlene, told me to read it. And she's been waiting for like an update, and I'm like, I was in a reading slump and I was catching up on my other books. I know this is a very popular book too. And I feel, doesn't it look very like autumn vibe? Or is that just me trying to put it off? I know I need to read it. I know it's really good, and I will, I promise. Okay, this next book is People We Meet on Vacation. I will obviously wait till summer to read this. I started it when I had my other other version because Michelle has my original. I just got this at a little library by my house. I started it, wasn't that into it, put it in my, what do they call it? Like, I'll read it later type of thing, or I'm on pause with it. This is by Emily Henry. I liked her other books, but this one just didn't grab me right away. I'll try again in the summertime. Next is this book that I know is extremely popular, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And I got this a long time ago, obviously, because look at the cover. There's so many different types of covers now. But I feel like you can't really just read this one since there's a lot of other books in the series and then a lot of books connected to it. This would take some time. And I feel like I need to buy the whole series along with the ones connected to it before I dive in deep into this genre. But there's so many good things, and I tried reading this too when I first got it. Michelle told me to buy it and I bought it in, I think, 2018. I literally dog-eared it on page 13 because it didn't get me yet, and I know I need to read it. I think this is the book I will be reading this week when I wait for my Twisted series books, or while I wait for my Twisted series books, cut that out, is A Touch of Darkness. Look how beautiful the cover is. This is by Scarlett St. Clair. It's so pretty. Carmen is reading this, or she read this. She said it was really good. And I don't know. I love the lore behind Persephone and Hades, which is what this book is based on. There's a whole series. I only have the first two. Oh my god, the reflection. This one is A Touch of Ruin. This is first and second. And there's a whole series. There's different ways to read it because I heard there's books in like Hades' point of view. And oh my god, this is another thing you just have to commit to once you start. Or maybe that's just me. Like, I need time. I need all the books till I can actually take a deep dive into it. But I think I'm going to start it tonight because I don't have, what's next, Twisted Games yet. Look how, I just can't get over how beautiful the cover is. Alright, I have my phone. The next couple of books that are on my high priority list, I'm going to go with, I'll put it on the screen too, Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I know it's controversial, but Book Talk won't stop raving about it, and it's all over TikTok and my Instagram reels, and I want to see what the hype is about. I want to see if I like the dark romance. This is extremely dark romance. It's a cat and mouse duet. He's a stalker, he's stalking the girl. I don't know what happens, but I'm intrigued. But it's Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and the other one is Twisted Lies, the last one. And oh my god, I need it so bad. I need it so bad. After reading how good her first book was, well, first book of hers that I've read, I need to see how amazing the rest of the books are. I just need to read everything that she's ever put out. And there's gonna be a show. Is it a show or a movie? I think it's a show or series on Twisted Love. I'm excited, but the casting better be amazing because I was disappointed with It Ends With Us. Book Talk girls know we need to have an amazing, perfect cast for this series. If not, I feel like it's not going to hit the same. Lastly, I think, I don't know, my TBR could go on forever, is the Empyrean, which is like the Fourth Wing books. I'll pop it on the screen. I've heard so many good things, so many people raving about it, and I need to know what the hype is about. I don't want to feel left out. I want to read it so bad, but I don't know if I'm a fantasy romance girl yet. Dark fantasy romance? I don't know. I don't know if I'm into that. We shall see. I want to know. There's so many like hot guys in the books that everyone talks about. I want to be included. But that is it for this week's video. I have there's a lot of books. Oh, for my Goodreads, my plan is to read 20 books this year. I didn't meet my goal last year, obviously. I met my goal the previous year because I read a lot of books in the summer. I have a feeling I would read more than 20 books. Hold me accountable. Also, let me know if you want a video on what I read in 2023. There are a lot of fun books that I read that year because I was really into reading during the summer, and I was just going book after book, romance book, all of that. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave book comment review or book recommendations below on what I should read. I feel like you kind of know the type of book I like. Spicy books mostly. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next Saturday. Stay hydrated. You are beautiful. And stay kind. And I love you so very much. Bye.